What if the birthmark on your skin isn't just a random biological quirk, but a clue, an echo from a previous simulation cycle? In a world where simulation theory suggests that reality is a program designed by advanced beings, could these marks serve as remnants of our past lives in earlier versions of the system? Imagine this. You've just entered a new game, but a scar or a detail from your previous run through glitches into the new version. Could birthmarks be evidence of a similar phenomenon, a residue from a prior iteration of the simulation? Some people claim their birthmarks correlate with events they couldn't have possibly experienced, like an injury from another life. Coupled with the phenomenon of children recalling past lives with eerily specific details, could these marks be the remnants of a system trying to reset and rewrite itself? By the end of this video, you might start seeing these seemingly mundane features as profound mysteries linked to the very nature of our reality. Simulation theory, the idea that our reality is a sophisticated computer simulation, is gaining traction among scientists and philosophers. Elon Musk famously claimed there's a high probability we're living in a simulation. Nick Bostrom's simulation argument suggests that if advanced civilizations could create lifelike simulations, it's likely we're already in one. But if our reality is a simulation, what happens when the system resets or reboots? Is everything erased, or could certain fragments of data carry over, leaving behind echoes in the new cycle? This is where birthmarks come in. Throughout history, birthmarks have been shrouded in mystery. Some cultures believe they're spiritual symbols, marks of destiny, or signs of past lives. In modern times, stories of people claiming their birthmarks correspond to traumatic events from supposed past lives have baffled researchers. Could these marks be glitches in the simulation? Artifacts from an earlier version of reality? The concept isn't far-fetched when you consider video game logic. In games, a character might retain certain features or glitches after a reset. Similarly, if our universe functions like a program system, birthmarks could be data remnants. Today, we'll explore how birthmarks might connect to previous simulation cycles, the implications of this theory, and whether these marks could hold the key to uncovering the truth about our existence. If birthmarks are evidence of previous simulation cycles, several challenges arise. First, we must confront the question of whether simulation theory can accommodate such anomalies. If advanced beings design this system, why would they allow traces of past cycles to persist? Was it an oversight, or are these marks deliberate breadcrumbs? The phenomenon of children recalling past lives adds another layer of complexity. Researchers like Dr. Ian Stevenson have documented cases of young children recounting vivid, verifiable details of lives they couldn't have lived. Many of these accounts involve injuries or deaths that align eerily with the placement of their birthmarks. If these stories are true, they suggest a flaw, or perhaps a feature, in the simulation's reset process. But why would the creators of the simulation leave these glitches behind? Is it a test, a way to see if humanity can detect the true nature of their reality? Or is it a mistake, evidence that the system isn't as perfect as we might think? Moreover, skeptics argue that these phenomena could be explained by coincidence, cultural biases, or psychological factors. But how do we explain cases where the details are too precise to dismiss? These challenges push us to question the very foundation of our perceived reality. To understand how birthmarks could connect to previous simulation cycles, let's delve deeper into the mechanics of simulated systems. In computer programs, particularly those involving complex simulations or games, data doesn't always erase cleanly. Sometimes fragments, ghost data, persist. If our reality operates similarly, birthmarks could represent this ghost data. For example, if someone in a previous cycle suffered a fatal wound, the system might fail to completely erase the data associated with that event. When the simulation resets, the new version of that person could manifest a birthmark as a residue of that injury. This theory gains traction when we examine the cultural and scientific intersections. In spiritual traditions, birthmarks are often seen as signs of karmic consequences or past lives. In simulation theory, these interpretations might align with the idea of persistent data, a sign that something from before is bleeding through. Additionally, studies on consciousness suggest that our minds might be more interconnected with the fabric of the universe than we realize. If consciousness is a form of data that persists across simulation cycles, birthmarks could be physical markers of that continuity. What's fascinating is that this theory doesn't just explain birthmarks. It opens the door to understanding other anomalies, like déjà vu or unexplained phobias. These could all be remnants of previous simulation cycles, lingering in the current version of reality. Here's the breakthrough. If birthmarks are remnants of previous simulation cycles, they serve as tangible evidence that our reality isn't as seamless as it seems. This realization challenges the very foundation of the simulation's design. Consider this. The existence of persistent data suggests that the creators of the simulation are either incapable of fully resetting the system or deliberately allowing these traces to remain. In either case, it implies that the system is flawed, or that we're being invited to discover its true nature. This revelation reframes how we view birthmarks. Instead of dismissing them as random biological features, we might see them as evidence of a larger, hidden truth. The creators, advanced as they may be, aren't infallible. Their system has cracks, and those cracks might be our way out, or at least a way to understand our existence. But what does this mean for us? If we can identify and interpret these glitches, could we gain insights into the creator's intentions? And if birthmarks are part of a larger pattern of residual data, what other clues might be hidden in plain sight? Birthmarks might seem like minor quirks, but they could hold profound significance. If simulation theory is correct, these marks may represent ghost data, residual traces from previous cycles of our reality. This idea aligns with phenomena like past life memories and raises questions about the nature of the simulation and its creators. We've explored how birthmarks could connect to the reset process, the challenges this theory poses, and the broader implications for understanding our reality. If these marks are indeed remnants of earlier cycles, they suggest that our simulation is far from perfect, and that we might be able to detect its flaws. But the mystery remains. Are these glitches intentional, a test from the creators, or unintentional artifacts of an imperfect system? Either way, birthmarks remind us that there's more to our existence than meets the eye. What do you think about birthmarks being evidence of previous simulation cycles? Have you or someone you know experienced something that feels like a glitch in the system? Perhaps a memory, a feeling, or even a birthmark with an uncanny story? We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Share your experiences, theories, or even doubts. If this topic intrigued you, check out our other videos diving into the mysteries of simulation theory and the hidden clues in our reality. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to stay updated as we continue unraveling the secrets of existence. Together, let's decode the simulation. Thank you for watching.